Hello everyone, it's Clyde at Vibrant Soap, and guilty as charged. I'm going to be doing this Christmas soap, holiday soap, really early. And I'm one of those people that look around and during Halloween and see the Christmas trees going up really early and I go, what's the deal? But if you're not a soap maker, you will not know that we have to get started at least 4 weeks ahead of time because our soap takes that long to cure before we wrap it and give people a chance to buy it and all that. So I'm starting early, and this is a lesson in the use of reds and greens. And sometimes you want the bright green and bright red, but I also like to change it up a little bit sometimes. A couple years ago, and I'll give you a link to this one, I did a soap that was kind of toned down a little bit and mixed in some gold because I looked at some antique Christmas cards where the colors were a little more subdued, and I really liked that look too. So the color tutorial today will take a look at how to change these reds and greens a bit to make the holidays look a little different. So let's get on with the color tutorial and then the soap making. So there's different looks of the combinations of red and green. And when it's not holiday season, I like to really play with that so that the immediate attention that it gets is not as a holiday soap. But so instead of just doing a simple red, green, and white color tutorial, I thought I'd show you some options. And the first thing is just kind of showing you what I think I'm going to go for in today's soap. And this watercolor set is not really a pure red, it's more of a magenta, but I can deepen that a little bit just with a little touch of black of all things. Can take some of the magenta-ness away from it. So that's like a red. And red, true red, you really have to have the pigment for it, so that's the best that I can do. I could subdue it a little bit with a little green, but I think we'll leave it as that. And it's a bright green. Just perfectly good in the soap. I'm the kind of person that wants to play around with colors, so I like to play around with it just a little bit. So in my soap, I think I'm going to go for something like this red. I'm going to add some black to that to get more of a close as I can get to a true red. And then I don't want my green as in your face green, so I'm going to add a little tiny bit of white to it. Maybe actually a little bit of red. Take some of the brightness away. Yeah, something like that. I made a soap called Sparkle, and I'll put that as a link because I looked at these old Christmas cards and I thought, I really want more of a antique-like Christmas color. So what I did was I made it a shade of red by adding some black. Not that much black. Maybe what I'm really after is a tone, which is adding gray. And do the same thing with the green. Sort of a antique Christmas card look. I'm going to do a tone again with a gray. Still a little bit too green, so I add a little red to it. But then to brighten that soap up, I decided to use a gold. Don't have my gold paint out here, so I'm going to use like a yellow and orange. More yellow. Something like that to simulate a gold. And then the other thing that you can do if you want these colors is to go by the way of the pastels. So it gives a softer look. And it also cuts down on so much pigment in the soap. So now you have all these different combinations, and you could actually even add some of the pastel red with a stronger but less amount of the deep green, and you can do the opposite of that too. You could do a deep red with more of a pastel of green, and likewise probably use more of the pastel green and less of the red, just to cut down on the amount of pigment in the soap. And one of the reasons for having less pigment in the soap is that it's less likely to bleed the color when people use it. But if you don't mind that kind of thing, you can do whatever you want. So those are so many variations of green and red together to make holiday soaps. So let's get on with the soap making. Okay, I'm going to blend my oils. Kaolin clay, shea butter, and I'm going to be soaping at about 77 degrees today. Here's my lye solution and my nifty spatula. Works really well. The fragrance I'm using is Candy Cane from Rustic Essentials, and this actually loosens up trace, just like peppermint does for me. Peppermint essential oil. Just blending for emulsification. Boy, this smells good. This candy cane fragrance, and it doesn't accelerate, doesn't discolor. Okay, so let's get the red poured. Almost a cup there. Almost a cup of the green. And 2 cups devoted to the white. With some left over, I think I'll put that in the red and green. This whole room smells like peppermint. Not quite peppermint. I don't know what else it is that they do to make it smell like candy cane, but it's not vanillin. I have some mica drizzles off to the side for the top, but I'm going to add my titanium dioxide to these 2 containers now. Okay, I'm going to start by blending my white. Then my green, 2 kinds of green, and the red. Just stirring all my colors, scraping off the raw soap off the sides so it's all colored. It didn't thin out as much as I thought, but this is perfect for what I'm going to do. And I'm going to start off with my white. Like a tiger squirrel. Green. White's really setting up. Got more green left over, just because I probably poured the thickest besides the white. I'm just going to get it all in there. Red on that green, that's so cool. So I'm just going to top everything off with the white now. And leave some color on the sides, so I can swirl. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is just bring up the sides a little bit. I'm going to use some green mica drizzle on one side, some red on this side, and some gold in the middle. That color. I don't know where my chopstick went, so I'm going to use this thing. That looks pretty distributed. I'm going to use Nurture Soap Super Sparkles. And that's it. So I'm going to clean up the edges, and then I'll bring you back for the cut. Candy cane smells so much better even after it has set up. So just curious about the insides of this now. I've already beveled these two corners, so let's cut into it. The end piece. Something about this makes me very happy. I was going to do some additional swirling and then it started to set up on me, but I'm going to do another soap for the holidays and I'll try that swirl that I was going to do. Thanks for watching. I haven't given up on my soaps inspired by famous artists, and hopefully you watched that latest one on Georgia O'Keeffe, and I'll have some more lined up to do as well. And then tune into my Instagram page also, because that's where I take pictures of soap related things and also things that don't directly relate to soap but serve as inspiration for me. Just makes me feel creative to get out there and get some fresh air and take photos of things that may influence a soap or painting. I just like taking photos. And I really appreciate the comments and subscriptions as well. So until the next video, bye everybody.